Welcome to BBC World News. You're seeing live pictures from Sydney as Australia welcomes the new year. Well, you're watching what's promised to be the world's biggest fireworks show with comets, rockets and a multicolour waterfall from the Harbour Bridge, welcoming in 2012. And the theme of this year's celebration in Sydney is Time to Dream. It's been watched by 1 billion people on television around the world, with 1.5 million spectators descending on Sydney Harbour to witness what is always a spectacular fireworks display from Australia. Well, the BBC's Phil Mercer joins me on the line from Sydney. It certainly is a spectacular fireworks display, very important to Australia, isn't it, Phil, to bring in tourism and to promote Australia as a place to visit?
Yes, and it is. And let me be the first to wish you a happy new year from 2012. And certainly when you look at these pictures from Australia's biggest and oldest city, it's quite clear why Sydneysiders do boast that they do fireworks better than anyone else anywhere. It's a point that will be argued, no doubt, over the next few hours as other cities herald in the new year. But for Sydney, this has become an annual event, a very lavish event. All of these fireworks that are being blasted into the sky, the day's festivities here costing more than $6 million. And just to give you a sense of scale, as we see the night sky erupt over Sydney, illuminated by 7 tons of fireworks, and we're told that there are 11,000 individual firework shells. So that it gives you an indication as to the sort of scale that we're witnessing here. And of course, the famous coat hanger bridge and the Opera House are at the centre of this lavish display. 7 barges on the water also contributing to this amazing light show, as well as others being blasted from the rooftops of several skyscrapers. So once again, this is really Sydney at its very best, arguably the most photogenic harbour in the world, putting on a show that it does every year. And no wonder why so many foreign visitors are among these 1.5 million people who've crowded around Sydney Harbour to witness this extraordinary event.
And it's an event that has inspired similar displays across the world, most recently in London, which has been showing fireworks displays across the Thames since the turn of the millennium. But does it inspire people to actually go to Australia? Does the cost justify the amount of people that end up being drawn to Sydney?
Well, we put that question to organisers earlier this week in Sydney, and that figure of 6.3 million Australian dollars, according to organisers, is money very well spent. And I guess if you look at it in terms of advertising expenditure, it is probably money that is being very well spent. And when you look at the amount of money that has been splashed out on this event, it works out, according to organisers, about $4 Australian per person for all those many hundreds of thousands of people who are crowding around Sydney Harbour. Many have been queuing for about 15 hours to snare those most valuable vantage spots around the city's great harbour. There are 40 alcohol-free zones as well, and almost 3,000 police officers on duty. So this is an event that has attracted people far and wide. And I think really, in answer to your question, speaking to many people at the harbour earlier today, many foreign voices among them. So many people from overseas do see the Sydney fireworks display as something that is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and that's why so many people do come.
And the theme for this year's celebration, Phil, is Time to Dream.
Yes, a message of hope from organisers. They really want the extravagant display that we're seeing on the harbour bridge and the opera house and in the night sky, really to engender a sense of optimism going into the next 12 months. Now, Australia, by and large, has coped relatively well with the global financial problems of the last few years, but there is a feeling that unemployment will increase here in the new year, and this is a time for people really to take stock and to appreciate the smaller things in life. And once again, I think it's fair to say that Sydney does do fireworks displays probably better than any other city in the world, and this is of course the first major international city to welcome in the new year. People in New Zealand, for example, may take issue with that, but certainly Sydney is the biggest city to put on a big show like this to herald the start of 2012.
Well, Phil, we're just going to take in a few more moments of this spectacular firework display in Sydney as Australia welcomes in 2012. Happy New Year to you, Phil, from everybody here in London, and Happy New Year to all of our viewers in Australia. Australia seeing in 2012 to the world's most spectacular firework display and to the sounds of Kylie Minogue. And quite fitting too. Now on to some of the other day's main news, and the Arab League's monitors have been in Syria for 5 days now, and today new video has emerged of one member of the delegation appearing to criticise the government's use of snipers against protesters.